I'm back, bitches.
It's about as heavy as a gymnast plate. Oh, thank you, sir. Right?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks to everyone that's like it.
Sure. What up, dude?
That's fuck, dude.
Not even, dude. Not even. You're done. You're done, dude.
I'm not a smoker. Wink.
I'm not just saying. You didn't even wink.
I know. I just
Yo, what up, guys?
Those my go trials. My favorite color pair is like
Nice. That's trials. He's like, you better move. Someone puke on your head. Didn't move. My glove is a man of his word. He puked on her head. There's a bird in the building. So that just straight up pissed me off.
Yeah, mistakes are made. Oof. It's like, we going around too? You're like, get the fuck out of my
No,
house.
we're going around and fucking the block and dropping your head in my home.
Bro, like,
It's
sharks
getting
getting
pee in the girl's mouth. On the
Dude,
playground. It's like, we're not going over
For
there.
a Jolly Rancher, some girl offered a tree. This girl's mouth, she threw up.
Here's another Mike Albany story.
Eating with honey mustard, baby.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good night tonight, dude.
Y'all boys know about that.
Real kid. Real kid.
We ain't in shell waters anymore.
Boy, episode 13. Had to ask myself.
1-3. But yeah,
13's usually an unlucky number,
depends. Though.
so they say. These
Is that Dan Marino's number?
oh yeah, it's Dan Marino. All right, that's obviously bullshit.
It's not unlucky unless you count his Super Bowl wins. but
Okay,
other
we're
than
changing.
that- yeah.
Moving on.
Move on. Start off.
Painful
Memories.
hits me in the heart.
Man, it's all good. The Eagles don't even have one.
Oh, that's true. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
we're
see?
good. We're both losers. It's all right.
Our teams are building their way up.
They're building their way up. They had the
team made the
NFL
playoffs
draft the
at
other
least.
day. I don't know any of those college kids.
Damn, I would just watch like combine stuff and like John Gruden's camps and all that, and some of those players look like they can, like Leonard Fournette going to
Oh, I did know
Jackson-
him.
going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. That could be a good pickup.
Yeah, I think
They
it
need to
will.
run instead of pass, even though they got good weapons receiver. They don't got a quarterback.
And they can mix him in with that T.J. Yeldon kid.
Yeah,
That'll be good.
I think. Yeah, and then I don't know if they still have Denard Robinson, but he's
Mm.
multi-threat. But yeah, the draft was pretty decent.
Yeah, there's some teams out there that will definitely benefit from the draft.
A couple quarterbacks went. Like Watson went to the Texans. That was nice.
Is that the kid from Clemson?
Yep.
Okay, I know who he is
And
too.
then that one guy, Trubisky or whatever,
Yeah.
from North Carolina.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Bears traded up to get him. Who knows how that'll end
After they
up.
just paid that Glennon guy a ton of money.
I know. That's weird.
Well, it's weird that they paid that guy a bunch of money in the first place.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Bears, I don't know
They
what's
said he
going
was
on
the
with them.
most, like, desirable backup or something, which a backup, you really want, like, the best backup. Why don't you want the best starter or something?
Well, and you're going to pay him that much money?
Yeah. The Eagles did well in the draft, though. Picked up a good defensive end, couple corners, receiver, running back. They did what they needed to do. I'm happy about it.
They needed
I saw the Dolphins picked up a DN.
in the first round.
Yeah.
I don't
I don't understand why.
watch much college football, so I don't know anything about them until they like draft them, and then I look them up.
Yeah.
So
There's too much games to watch for
Yeah.
college, basketball or football.
yeah,
It's like-
and there's so many. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. And so many players.
So many players, yeah. That's why there's 7 rounds. It's crazy. Baseball would be even worse. If you were like big fans of baseball, that'd be terrible. There's so many players. But yeah, the draft was pretty good.
I've been like
Browns did well.
refocusing from the NFL to the NBA
Yeah, playoffs.
because like I don't really the off season doesn't really like
Yeah.
give me anything other than
Other
the
than-
draft. The draft was cool.
Other than
I
the
guess,
draft and like big free agent signings like Adrian Peterson going to the Saints.
for a discount price.
Yeah. It's just
That's
like,
good for him.
yeah. Stuff like that.
But yeah, the NBA I've been transitioning to with the playoffs going on. I really wanted Russ and OKC to do it.
Man, I knew they weren't going to make it far, but I was just impressed that they even made it in the playoffs. And that Russell Westbrook season is just like historic.
Crazy awesome.
Better win MVP or something's not right.
He's for sure the MVP.
It's got to be. I don't understand like how they could not give it to him. Because it's between media. I think it's mostly just media, I think, votes on it. I don't think fans or players have any say.
EJ voted for him. Ernie Johnson voted for him.
It makes sense. Like, he'll probably get, like, more than half the votes, so it makes sense that he'll...
Who all has the votes?
What do you mean?
Like, who gets to vote?
It's, like, media personalities, I think. Like, people like Stephen A. Smith, maybe, and stuff like that.
Do, like, players get to vote? Like,
I'm not
old
sure.
players?
I'm not sure how it actually goes.
Damn, if it's just the media, that's some bullshit.
Yeah, I know.
That's weird. That's real weird.
Yeah, at least for the All-Star, it's like coaches, players, and
Yeah.
the fans. So it's like, It should do with some type of percentage.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
coaches should get to vote too.
They should. They might be able to. Or
Maybe
executives like GMs maybe.
yeah, GMs and fucking coaches should be able
All
to
I
vote.
know is it's most likely Westbrook. Only other person could be Harden.
But most coaches would probably just vote for their best player.
Yeah, if they had one that was that good. It'd be
Yeah.
like weird if someone was like, I think Marc Gasol should win it this year. Or like, yeah.
They'd be like, dude,
Like
come
Damian
on.
Lillard, even though they're good players.
Or if they give him like 5 to pick out of or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, like the 5 to pick out of would be Westbrook, Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Isaiah Thomas, and LeBron.
Yeah, and I think it really comes down to Westbrook and Harden, and then I think it's just like clearly
I was
Westbrook.
like, is this the dude that was playing the guitar?
Nah, that's that
Look
Ty
like him.
Dillinger guy. All the NXT guys are getting called up in
Oh.
WWE now. We're watching SmackDown.
Yeah.
There's a lot of new faces.
It's LeBron could almost win it every year, almost like a Jordan situation or a Shaq one, but it's like when people have outstanding seasons, just LeBron has enough accomplishments. It's already top 3, I'd say.
And Russ broke a record that's 50 years old.
Yeah.
That's insane. No one does that.
Not only did he average a triple-double, he broke
Yeah.
the record for it, too, with 42 or whatever.
Yeah, and yes, exactly. He averaged a triple-double.
Yeah, 31, 11, and 10.
Nobody
I'm pretty
does
sure.
that.
Crazy numbers. That's all I know.
We went to an event recently. We went to UFC in Buffalo.
UFC 210, KeyBank Center in Buffalo.
Yeah, first time we've ever been to a UFC because
Man.
they just, got it
Finally.
up around this area.
Yeah, finally back, got legal in New York last year.
Yes.
And we've been watching UFC for years, but finally our first live event we went to, and it was pretty awesome.
Yep, finally, like, near us,
Oh, man.
within, driving distance anyways.
Hell yeah.
And it was awesome. Rochester was like 2 or 3-0, and we're from, like, the Rochester
Yeah.
area. So that was pretty cool. No one from Rochester lost that night.
Desmond Green had a good decision. He's from Rochester. And then another guy, I can't remember his name
Gillisley or
right
something.
now. Yeah, he had a good
How was his
he had the
name?
first KO, TKO in the night.
What the hell was his name, dude? Because I want to get that right. I was
it
talking
with a
to him.
G?
Yeah, it
he
was
have
with a
double
G.
Like
Or
Gregor?
Gregor Gillespie?
Something like that.
Yes,
Yeah,
and he
he had
knocked
a
the guy out in
nice-
like 20 seconds.
Yeah, and that was pretty sweet. You could hear the leg kicks from where we were sitting in the stands, or any kicks, I mean, not just leg kicks, but kicks were just so loud.
We had like a bird's eye view too, like no interference from the
Yeah,
cage, like we could see right
top
all the action.
down. It was
Yep.
awesome. And
That was a lot of fun.
the music was awesome. The video packages before and after and everything was cool.
The main
interviews.
events were a bit disappointing.
Yeah, Weidman versus Musasi was a weird ending, and then obviously Rumble versus Cormier 2
Mhm.
didn't go how anyone thought it would, really, other than maybe Cormier. And then also 2 people retired. Rumble Johnson after his loss, and then we saw Patrick Cote retire after he lost to Thiago Alves.
Yeah, we saw 2 guys retire that night. That was wild.
Insane.
Cote had a really good fight with Thiago Alves too. That was a good fight.
Yeah, that
Alves-
was. I thought that was fight of the night
Yeah, I did too.
because the
And
way they both were just.
Alves won.
Yeah, you could see he.
But I
got
mean,
2 or 3
both
rounds.
guys were just
Yeah.
scrapping the whole time. It was a really good
It
fight.
was like something you might see like Diego Sanchez do, just throw
yeah.
barely anything ground.
Nope, they were just throwing hands. They clinched a little bit, but not much.
Yeah, that Patrick Cummins fight was crazy too, though. Remember that? Where
No.
he got rocked by that dude he was going against, Jan Blachowicz or whatever. He got rocked in the first round, but the next 2 rounds, that Jan guy was just drained, and he just.
I don't know. I don't remember that fight
Grinded
for
out
some
a win.
reason.
I think it might have been the first fight you guys like saw when you got
Oh,
back.
okay.
Because you saw that TKO, KO, but the next
Yeah.
actual legit one, because that was the first prelim.
I was disappointed with the Rumble fight. I
wanted him
didn't
to
understand why he
win.
wrestled him. He was
It's just like
he was hitting him too in the beginning, and then he clinched. I was like, you didn't even have to do that. Like,
he could have. I wanted him. Like if his whole plan was to retire, win or lose, it would have been sweet if he KO'd and then KO'd him, and then just like lay
Yeah.
down the belt, and then you still have John Jones was in the audience, Jimmy Manuwa, so you had other contenders, and then figure out the
I
belt.
can't wait for John Jones to come back now.
Man, he better just stay clean and get to a fight. I just want to see
I
him.
know.
It's been like over a year.
Please.
You know you can dominate people. Just do it.
Yeah. Quit taking whatever you said you were taking, dick pills or some shit.
Yeah, Viagra, whatever you said.
Whatever,
You
dude.
pulled that Anderson Silva card.
Yeah, I'm not buying it, but like, just get on your
So
shit.
you have to take estrogen blockers because you were taking testosterone or whatever.
Or they said maybe estrogen blockers were in the thing.
Oh,
like
okay.
that's part of it. Is it blocks estrogen, which could be true.
Something has to be true in it somewhere because he isn't suspended a full 2 years or whatever it could have been for.
But he knows what kind of stuff he's supposed to take and not take.
They all do, but it also got way more strict the past year or two. Like they can, you got to test those powders or supplements or whatever you put in your body now.
I can't wait for him to get back. He's an awesome fighter.
I hate them getting like in trouble for weed.
And I'm sick of Cormier. The weed thing's stupid.
Cormier is just so overweight.
They could be just popping like fucking, pills and all sorts of other dumb shit, but
weed, come on now.
Well, the Nick Diaz thing was the most ridiculous.
What, 5 years, 500,000?
That's what they wanted to do at first.
Yeah.
And would they make it like still it was like a year and a half?
Yeah.
It was something crazy still.
And it was like 125,000 or something.
Yeah. A lot of money.
Yeah. And when you can't fight, what are you going to do to make that money? It's weird. It's like because Calvin Gastelum got pulled off that Anderson Silva fight, which is 212, UFC 212.
What do they think weed's doing for you in the cage? Maybe it does help.
They say
I don't know.
For fighting it helps just like your pain tolerance. But like we talked about before, if you get punched by a knockout person,
okay, but is it really an advantage? Because they say it makes your reaction time slower and shit.
Yeah,
like
no.
that.
So it's like a risk reward type thing.
And I'm not advocating them smoking weed, but if it helps them,
I think they should get better rules set up.
Like if it helps them with pain management, I think it's a much better alternative to fucking painkillers or steroids or whatever to fucking either mask or speed up your recovery.
I don't know if you've ever watched the documentary Prescription Thugs, and that's all about people getting addicted to painkillers from being like NFL players, WWE. It was mostly a lot of WWE because it was from the guy Chris Bell who did Bigger, Faster, Stronger, and that was about steroids and his heroes growing up.
That was a documentary, wasn't it? Yeah.
Hulk Hogan and Rocky Balboa, and he realized they did steroids.
Yeah.
And then he was talking to his brother Mike Bell, the guy that had that thing with Perry Saturn, where it was like a shoot at one point because he messed up a move and he like threw him outside on his head.
I remember that from the documentary. Yeah.
So Mike Bell, the older brother, got addicted to pain pills and stuff, and then he eventually died due to drug problems. But yeah, his brother made that documentary, and it showed like a Kia or a Sakota. I think it was Sakota. I think his name's Ryan Sakota, and he used to be in the WWE. And he said how like the pills were all over the place. Same with Luther Reigns. He didn't know he had.
It's gotten a lot better. They say that it's a lot different now. Than it was then.
He even said
which is awesome.
Said he didn't know he had a stroke because of how much drugs he was on, and they're just doing crazy stuff. Like Chris Bell said, his brother Mike Bell was allowed to be around all those wrestlers like Razor Ramon and Diesel and all that because he was the one that brought the drugs and stuff. It's crazy because concussions these days with any sport. I'm surprised hockey. Like hockey's the one around waiting for like real like someone to be like, yeah, I can't even talk no more, move right. Because we know NFL, we know boxing, we know MMA now. WWE.
Hockey's a little different than football though, because football you're constantly hitting each other over and over and over. Hockey's not as much.
Yeah, and the substitutions is a little like.
Yeah, and you get substitutions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're protected.
It's just more.
It's super physical too. Yeah.
To me, it's crazy how they played as many games in the NBA. 82 games.
I know it's unnecessary. The NBA especially. It's like you know after 60 games who the best teams in the league are.
You basically know after,
for sure.
You know after like 40 games, but 60 would just make it clear.
60 is fine. You can cut 20 games off the season.
Yeah.
They need to make that money. They won't do it because they're losing money doing that.
Same thing with like any sport. Like baseball has a shit ton of games, and they don't need that many. Football doesn't even need 16
Baseball has way too many games.
Football could even drop down, but like obviously they wouldn't want to do that.
How many games does baseball play? It's like over 100.
It's like 158 or something,
or 162 or something.
Something
like
that. Around like 158, 162 range. That's all I know.
It's like, man, you don't know after 100 games who the best teams are.
And I know they
you have to.
I know they don't use like too much like strain themselves too much.
They could cut that league in half, or that season in half. I mean,
they really could. WWE
I don't know.
Now. Man,
they'd lose too much money, I guess.
WrestleMania bummed me out about Undertaker losing to Roman Reigns.
I wasn't really bummed that he lost, but I was like bummed that the match quality was just complete trash.
I was bummed, like, I guess I wasn't super bummed that he lost because it was probably part of his decision too.
Oh, of course it was.
But like, and he already lost to Brock Lesnar a few years ago, but it was more like he lost to Roman Reigns, and yeah, the match wasn't great.
Yeah. They planned. You said Brock. They planned on having that be his last match, but then he came back, and then the idea was to have Shane be his last match, and then he came back again.
Yeah.
Which was just one too many.
I wish he just would have been undefeated the whole time, but.
I think the Brock was the perfect ending. That's how it should have ended. If you're gonna do it, it's over. That's it.
Put your stuff down in the ring then.
Yeah.
Because after that, he won 3 more though.
Yeah, it should have been just over after that.
CM Punk, Bray Wyatt.
CM Punk was before that.
Oh, he was right before that, right?
Yeah, he was the year before.
So after that, he won against Bray Wyatt and then Shane. And
yeah.
Then he lost to Roman.
And then he lost to Reigns.
It's weird, but they got a lot of good up and coming like talent.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
They do, and I don't know. They got a lot of good shit going on for them. Plus, like, Adam Cole just became a free agent. He'll probably come over to WWE soon. They've got plenty of guys in NXT that are going to come up. It's a good time.
Most of their talent now is people from NXT years ago.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Owens, this whole Shield, Finn Balor.
The NXT, and then, like, all the best dudes from the Indies are all there. And then, all the best dudes who are wrestling in Japan are there. Well, not all of them, but most of them. You know, Finn Balor, AJ, Nakamura, Gallows, and Anderson. And Adam Cole might be coming over from Ring of Honor. He's a free agent now. Kenny Omega, who knows what he's going to do after this year. You know, he's back with New Japan, but who knows?
Gets the right offer, he'll go where he needs to.
Yeah, I mean, if the time is... I think he still just had unfinished business over there, and then he's going to come over here. I think he really wants to win that belt over there. He wants to win that belt first. And then I think he's got plenty of time to come to WWE and have 5-star matches.
Even AJ Styles, who thought, like, I never thought AJ Styles would come to WWE.
No, dude.
Especially this late. And then
10 years ago, do you think that we would have ever seen Samoa Joe, Austin Aries, Bobby Roode, and AJ Styles in the WWE?
Even Sting at all, too. Like, Sting even came for a little bit.
It's too bad that Rollins fucking did that stupid powerbomb to him in the turnbuckle, or else he'd still be able to put shows on, but...
Yeah, a couple, like, I wanted him to win something.
Things happen. He was, you know, he's old, but, like, come on.
Still in the greatest...
Just don't do that spot. It's alright.
Yeah.
You gotta retire sometime. Sting went out kind of on top, so it's all good.
I wonder when Triple H will retire, or how it will
Probably
retire.
never. It'll be like Ric Flair.
Man, that sucked though. Ric Flair, like...
Yeah.
Because you, like, at one point you, like, ruin your career, you know? It's like an NBA player or NFL if you're, like, in the league for too long. Like, say Adrian Peterson was a beast.
Yeah.
And he is a beast. And then these next few years he just stays in the league even though he's, like, not even a 500-yard rusher or something crazy. Like, like, I don't see that happening to him, but, like, that happens to players where they just stay too long. Mostly for receivers, I feel.
It happens in everything, too.
Yeah. Like, Paul Pierce just retired. He could have retired when he went to the Nets.
It happens in the UFC all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Arlovsky's, like, a really good example where he's just was a monster, awesome fighter.
What about,
and now he just, like, gets knocked out all the time.
Shogun. He had his
Shogun
last fight
won
was
his last
yeah,
fight,
his last
though.
fight was good. I feel like he should end on that.
Yeah, he should end on that.
Even, like, Anderson Silva, after he broke his leg, he probably should have just stopped.
Some of them just keep going, dude.
He has wins since then, but still, it's like...
That 211 card stacked.
Oh, man.
I'm looking at it right now.
Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Jessica Andrade.
I think it's another...
Yeah, Joanna.
Another Joanna victory, if I had to choose.
Yeah, I'd have to say that. It's a safe call.
I think Stipe's going to win, too, because I've been seeing him just...
improve and just...
And he's been knocking all the best guys out.
Yeah.
I mean, anything could happen with the heavyweights. It's so
and
crazy.
JDS is a good boxer, but they're both good boxers.
Yeah.
So that's where I think it's going to be a good stand-up.
And Stipe's been beating everybody and knocking them out.
Yeah. Then you got Frankie Edgar versus Yair Rodriguez.
That's an interesting fight.
Because Yair Rodriguez has crazy kicks, but Frankie Edgar is wrestling.
He's all around amazing.
I'd say Frankie Edgar. He'll use his wrestling.
It'd be interesting to see like Frankie. He's like a hybrid.
Yeah.
Like he's really good at everything, and he moves a lot. And Yair's like super athletic. Like he's more athletic than Edgar, so it'll be weird to see like how he moves and throws his kicks and everything.
Like Edgar is known for his wrestling, obviously, he's an amazing wrestler, but
and he's a great boxer.
Yeah, he's good boxing. He'll stand up too. It's like
he had trouble with Aldo getting inside on him. So we'll see how that goes with
Aldo just seemed a lot quicker and bigger than him too. Maybe not that much quicker, but a lot bigger than
Rodriguez.
Him. But then there's Damian Maia, Jorge Masvidal.
I'm hearing that's going to be for a title shot.
That makes sense. Whoever wins that will go against Woodley.
Yeah.
It just Masvidal because he beat Cerrone.
It's kind of interesting that Cerrone wasn't in that situation sooner. Where like if he won, he got a title shot.
Yeah.
Because Cerrone won a bunch of fights in a row.
Yeah.
And then Masvidal really wins. The big fight that he won was against Cerrone, and then he's instantly in like a number one contender.
I bet if Cerrone would have won, he probably would have had maybe that fight too, or something to get him.
But you never know in the UFC either. GSP could be like, oh, well, I want the title shot, or Conor could be like, I want the title shot, and they'll be like, oh, we're going to go there.
They'll do what sells tickets, but what makes sense is whoever's ranked number one go against number two.
I want to talk about Tyron Woodley for a second too, because he just beat Wonderboy for the second time. And, dude, this dude is becoming, like, one of the best champions in the UFC right now. He's beating everybody. And if he comes out in his next fight and he beats someone like GSP or rumors are he might fight Nick Diaz even.
For me, he needs to finish his, like, a title defense.
The thing with him
those those two Wonder Boy ones.
They used to say the same thing about George St. Pierre.
Oh,
but here's the thing. They're fighting fighters who are not only the best fighter in that weight class, but they're peaking. They're at their peak, and it's just really hard to finish those guys, especially someone like Wonderboy who can. Yeah. If you make one wrong move, he can put you to sleep.
But the difference is between GSP would dominate like every round. Woodley was like up and down, like his were split, and then the other one was like, I think it was unanimous. But Woodley is a good champ. I don't know.
Who do you think's going to win the Maia Masvidal fight? Because that's a real contrast in styles.
I really want to say Masvidal, actually, just because...
You want to see him win?
I don't know if I want to see him win. I don't really care who wins out of those two, honestly. Like, I'm not a big fan of either. I don't mind either one. I don't watch either one of them fight a lot, but Masvidal, just to me, he obviously knows the game plan for Maia is to get him to the ground and submit him. So if he could keep his distance and just hit him, it might be an early one. So I'm going to go Masvidal for that one.
For the whatchamacallit. Hold on, my bad. Never mind. Masvidal, from an entertainment standpoint, I would rather see Masvidal fight for the title than Maia.
Yeah.
Just because, I don't know, Maia's fights are kind of boring. Unless you're really, if you're like a grappling enthusiast or something, you don't think it's boring at all.
But you know how...
But I watched this fight with Carlos Condit, and I was like,
And you could picture how him and Woodley's fight would go.
Yeah. Woodley would just try to avoid him and then throw, shots once in a while. I'd rather see him and Masvidal throw down.
Oh, yeah. So I got Masvidal by KO, TKO.
Yeah, and if Maia gets him in the clinch or he gets a hold of him or something, it's a wrap.
Then you got Henry Cejudo versus Sergio Pettis.
I haven't seen much of Sergio Pettis lately, so I don't even know what to comment on that. Last time I saw Cejudo, he lost to Demetrius Johnson, and then he fought
Benavidez and lost a decision.
It was a tight decision, but yeah, he lost to Benavidez. So
I'll give Cejudo this one.
Cejudo's a top-notch wrestler.
Yeah.
He lost to two of the best guys in that division. Probably the two best in that division.
I think they are number one and number two. Well, obviously the champ, and then
Eddie was the champ in fucking lightweight, and now he's fighting Dustin Poirier. His next fight on the prelims. It's very.
You go from fighting Conor McGregor last fight for the lightweight belt and you're the lightweight champ to being on the prelims against Dustin Poirier.
I wouldn't even take that fight. I'd be like, dude, I'm waiting for someone else. Like,
man, he probably just needed.
No offense to Dustin Poirier, he's a contender too, but like, dude, he just got knocked out by Michael Johnson 2 fights ago, and the last fight that Eddie had was a title match where he lost to Conor.
Madison Square Garden.
So it's like, dude, you got to like. Why wouldn't you fight a guy who? Why are you fighting backwards in the rankings? I never get that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand.
Like, you got to be pushing to fight forward in the rankings. Don't take the,
Man, what about
I don't know. Maybe he might not have had a choice in the matter.
That card with DJ though, Robert Whittaker.
I missed it, man. I got home like right after the event stopped.
I didn't watch it, but Robert Whittaker beating Jacare.
That was crazy.
That shakes up like middleweight because you haven't had. Well, Weidman has 3 losses technically in a row now.
Jacare just had surgery, so he's out of the title picture for a little while.
Yoel Romero and Anderson Silva are trying to work something up against each other for 212. Who the hell knows what's going on with that?
I doubt
then you have
happen.
Bisping and GSP for the middleweight belt whenever that's going down, still to be announced. And then you have Luke Rockhold who's just talking and not fighting.
Why isn't Rockhold fighting?
I don't know. Does he have an injury or something?
No, he's very talented and he can beat most of those guys, I think. But he's just not fighting. I don't know what he's waiting for. You're not going to get a title fight right off the bat.
He's probably waiting to fight Bisping again to try to get the easiest road to the title.
But Yoel's been fighting, and Yoel's getting, all the press and everything. Like, you have to stay relevant. You have to stay active.
Or Robert Whittaker could get the next title shot. Who knows?
Even he's in the conversation
I think he's ranked number 3 now.
Well, everyone wants to be inactive. That's going to happen. You're going to get leapfrogged.
Yeah. Shawn Michaels in a movie.
Oh my god, it's like the resurrection of Gavin Stone or some shit. On the complete opposite end of that spectrum. On the complete opposite end of the spectrum, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 comes out on Friday, and I have not been excited for a sequel like this in so long. Because the first one is epic. Like, one of the best Marvel movies, and it was, like, so different from what they were doing at the time.
Yeah.
And it was just perfect. And obviously I love wrestling, so I loved that Batista was in it. Chris Pratt is hilarious. And then Bradley Cooper is Rocket, and Zoe, what's her name, Saldana?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's Gamora, and they're all just awesome characters. Michael Rooker's Yondu, Vin Diesel's Groot. Like, it's just the whole, even outside of who's playing who, like, I just want to say their names because they do an awesome job.
Yeah.
But even outside of, like, who's playing who, like, all the characters are so cool, and, like, how they came together by chance and, like, formed a bond when they didn't even care about each other at all. They all had their own individual interests, and then they like became the Guardians of the Galaxy. And when they're all like getting tore up by that the stone, and they all like grab hands, and somehow like them being together like overcame the power of the stone, and they took the bad guy out. It was awesome.
Hell yeah!
So hopefully this one can live up to as much as you could possibly do with a sequel. Yeah. Hopefully it can live up to the first one.
Man, what else we got on here? Kim K's butt.
Oh, the Mexico photos. Kim K's butt looks like a chicken leg.
Whoa.
You know how it's all skinny? And then it gets fat? It's like a chicken leg upside down.
Yeah.
So when I saw those pictures, I was like, dude, what the hell is that thing? And no, like, she's pretty. Like, she has a pretty face and stuff.
She got a little jiggle on them thighs.
Yeah, but the butt thing's getting out of control. Like, she has real, like, skinny, she has skinny, like, fit legs. Like, why wouldn't she just let herself have, like, a fit butt instead of, like, doing, like, the big, gigantic, like, weird...
Or just get some, like, let her legs get a little bigger or something. Get some
or work out your legs or something.
Get some thighs on you, girl.
It just looks weird. I mean, she makes a ton of money and shit, and like
for what?
A lot of her press.
What does she do?
Nothing.
That's what I'm like.
A lot of her press is for her like.
Stop
butt.
Making idiots millionaires.
She's just a public figure. She doesn't really do a lot.
You know what I just saw today?
She doesn't act. She doesn't sing. She doesn't. Okay. She has a TV show.
And obviously, like Nick Saban's a good coach and everything, but I saw that his salary is getting bumped up to like $6.4 million a year. To me, like, you can like give him like $1 million maybe, but like that much, You can have a regular, decent, like, junior coaches Alabama players and probably still win the championship. It's the players more than the coach. I'm not saying he doesn't do a good job, but I'm just saying he doesn't need to be paid.
I think in college
much.
it's more drawing power than anything.
Yeah, especially, you know how much the colleges make off these sports games and, like, sports teams? And, like, all you hear is college players saying they're broke and, like, have no food. They should get, like, some compensation per
It's
game.
crazy that he's getting bumped up in salary, and these college kids still
are eating ramen noodles.
Getting paid.
Yeah, eating their peanut butter and jelly ramen noodles.
And, dude, their universities are making billions. Alabama is making billions
Do you know
the
deal
guys,
that the freaking NCAA signed for the Final Four years ago, which goes to, like, 2020-something? It was, like, $1 billion crazy deal. And it's like, give the players a little bit of money. Like, every time they suit up,
how much
they
do those
should get
players
some
get
type
paid?
of money. Yeah.
What did they get for that?
$0. And you're selling merchandise that's getting sold because they're good players. Like, picture it way back. When USC was famous and being good, people were buying stuff because Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart. Same thing with, like, UNC. Buy it because Michael Jordan, Vince Carter, all the greats. Duke with whoever they have, like Grant Hill and all that. You buy it because of the players.
Fuck Duke.
And the team, yeah. Miami.
Side note.
Miami with freaking Ed Reed. And all those greats. Clinton Portis, all those
Don't even bring that shit up. Boy, that's the Miami team that got me to love the U. Back when, like, Shockey and Ken Dorsey and all them were playing, and Antrell Roll, and oh my god, all those guys. Willis McGahee and fucking...
Oh my gosh. Freaking
the list goes on and on.
Shockey,
Those guys were amazing.
Greg Olson.
Santana Moss.
Oh, Greg Olson. Who else did they have that I was like... Oh,
fucking
Kellen
Vince
Winslow.
Wilfork. Kellen Winslow.
They had a bunch of Andre Johnson at one point.
All of them, man.
The U was where it was. The first documentary, though, do you remember the first one where it was like they were terrible and then they started getting like players from Florida?
Hell yeah.
Oh man, that got me pumped.
Well, Schellenberger or something. I think his name was something like that.
Yeah, their coach, the one that was like,
if I butchered his name, it's whatever. But he would go into the bad neighborhoods.
Yeah, that's what
kids.
He would go to the urban sections and like just get these guys, and like no one was doing it, and then look what his team was.
Yeah, dope.
Yeah,
championships. And then they made that comeback, in like the early 2000s.
Hell yeah.
And they were awesome. And they would have won another championship.
If Willis McGahee's needing and bending.
Well, and if they didn't get screwed on that last play and they called everyone back on the field after they already won the game.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. I hate,
it's nonsense.
That's one thing that sports got to, figure out is, refs deciding how the games go. Like, if it's a blowout, it's a blowout. If the team's just been sucking, they've been sucking. But if it's close, good game, they've been working hard. Can't have one missed call or blown call and ruin everything. It's not for football, college and NFL. It's one game. It's not 7-game series. It's not the NHL or NBA where you go series. So one messed up.
If it's something like that, you don't bring the players back on the field and be like, oh yeah, there's a penalty.
Oh my gosh.
What the fuck, dude?
That's like when we're at 2:10, if they're Weidman and then he had that 5 minutes, and then they're all right, come back to fight. It's nah, dude, he had his 5 minutes. You can't just be it's either he can go or he can't go.
Yeah,
and he told him he couldn't go, and he thought he was going to get a DQ.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, because he told him he couldn't fight.
What?
His head? Yeah, because I was watching everything after because I was trying to get down to what's going on.
Yeah, what the real deal is.
And they said he was all out of it. Said he couldn't fight. And so after that, once the time was going, it's the commission came in, we saw all that, how everyone kept coming in. And then apparently they're all right, he says he can't fight, it's over, TKO win for Musasi. And he was I don't know what's going on, I want to fight. It's nah, dude.
Wow.
Things messed up.
I was hoping that that's not how it went down because I like Weidman.
Nah,
I was hoping he wouldn't pull some stupid shit like that.
It was you saw how he grabbed his head, and then once the ref stopped it, he acted a little more. So he was probably already hurt before that and wanted some time. And
then when the ref called it, he fucking threw his mouthpiece and threw a fit and stuff.
Yeah, because he saw that it went the other way for him. It wasn't him getting the win.
It's too bad it had to end that way.
Yeah, because that was a good fight.
Whatever, considering.
Yeah, I still want to. There's still appeals and everything going on with that. I want to know what's exactly going on.
To start the second half hour, I want to real quick do the local lowdown. We're in the 585 Rochester area. So we have Lil Uzi coming to Rochester May 13th. We have Cage the Elephant coming to Rochester May 27th. And then we have WWE SmackDown coming to Rochester June 6th. So that's your local lowdown. If you're interested in any of those, get your tickets.
And also, if you're Rochester area, of course, 585, you know, Lilac Festival's somewhere in the middle of May, so check that out. It's always a good time, good food, good atmosphere.
There's also a big foam party going on in July. My buddy just told me about, but I don't know the date or the venue or anything.
July, I'll be back in.
But I mean, if you search foam party Rochester, I mean, you can probably find it.
Yeah, I'll be good after surgery by then, healed up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my surgery May 30th on the Crohn's stomach right here, but 3 to 5 days recovery in the hospital, then 6 to 8 weeks to get back to full recovery home. Mostly for me, I'm feeling like it'll just be weird discomfort getting used to it, but we'll all see in time. I'm optimistic, you know.
Hell yeah, dude! I hope that it's the best thing that could possibly happen.
It's like if it's not, it's how is things gonna go from there? Then at 24 now, almost at 23. My birthday was 2 weeks ago. But yeah, it's if they don't want to put me on any more treatments, and I've already been on medicine since 7 years old, it's there's not much more we could do than surgery. So. Or it's other than that, I'll just have to deal with the flares as they're coming. It's just a pain in the ass. I'm sick of the hospital. And they're probably sick of seeing me there, even though I'm a nice patient. But damn.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, fuck them. They're just sick of seeing you. They're getting paid, son.
Yeah.
But hopefully this is, the best thing ever.
Yeah, for real. That's what I'm hoping to. But, yeah, flying to Virginia in 2 days, see my bro, help him renovate a room for a kiddy's mentor.
Oh, yeah.
That should be fun. Oh, the sniffles, man. I hate this. What up, all that? Oh, I'm trying to.
Sorry.
Oh, no, I'm trying to look at these stories, things I was going to say.
Oh, dude, the challenge hit me right in the feels this week.
Oh, man, he showed me that episode.
Not the episode that's going on right now, but last week, man, with CT and...
The DM anniversary.
DM's anniversary of her death, and they're having...
Was it the anniversary of her death or the anniversary for them?
No, it was the anniversary of her death.
Oh, really?
And, they were going to a festival called, the Krathong Festival in Thailand, which is, letting go of your past and looking forward to your future.
They must have filmed that shit in November, then?
Yeah, it was a long time ago. And
she died in November. It's sad.
Just seeing it, their whole story, dude. Their whole love story has been on TV. Where back in the day when he got her to remember when she had the short hair and he got her to take her bandana off for the first time because she was fighting cancer.
And he said she looked like G.I. Jane.
Yeah, he took her thing off and he's like, well, I don't think she's gonna hide from me anymore and all this stuff. And then a love story unfolded from there.
He kissed her on a mountaintop and stuff.
Super romantic. Years and years ago.
Damn, CT got
and she battled that cancer for so long.
Tough is so tough on that. That shit.
And CT proposed to her 4 days before she passed away.
Sad.
And to have that festival on that day and see how he reacted, saying if that's not a sign, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
All this stuff about how he's looking forward to being happy again and letting the thing go, saying I know you're waiting for me and stuff. It was just
whoa.
Yeah, it was if you didn't like him before, you definitely like him now, and if you liked him before, you like him even more now.
Even if you didn't like him, you always knew he had real love and caring for DM all the time.
To this day,
it's
if someone lets something go and says, "Hey, that I'm happy that you're up there waiting for me and stuff," come on.
What? He's waiting for more good times. So what? He's gonna be on Earth unhappy.
How's destiny still working in their favor even when she's passed? That's gotta be
star-crossed lovers Romeo and Juliet. It's crazy.
And he's about to win the challenge too. He's the last champion left.
Yo, Marlon swimming? Yo, Marlon can't swim.
Nah, Nelson.
Oh, Nelson. Why did I say Marlon?
I don't know.
Oh, I know, because the one black dude, Marlon, couldn't swim either. he was on that show with Jordan.
Oh, no.
But Nelson.
Oh, I remember Marlon.
Yeah, he couldn't swim.
Yeah. No, Nelson's the worst swimmer I've ever seen.
Oh, my God.
He's going like this, but he's not moving.
He's worse than Leroy, and Leroy's terrible.
Yeah, he was really, really bad. And Camilla and CT were way out in front.
Man, you can't give.
We'll see what happens. The episode's supposed to be on tonight. I don't know if it's on yet.
Can't give those two veterans a lead. The only thing that I can see messing them up is like if that like.
The thing is, it's 3 days long, and they have to work with a different partner each day. So that could trip some people up.
It's not like Camilla and CT the whole time.
No.
Oh, because that's what I was
going to
thinking.
suck for them.
I was thinking the thing that could mess them up is if it was same as how they've been doing it. Is like, say they get to the food eating, and it's still for 4 people, even though there's 2 of them. So like make it equal as those.
Come on, dude. They would have had to cut that shit out. That's enough with the fucking.
I saw there's a preview for eating stuff. I was like, oh, worms.
Yeah.
Worms going to be the worst, but if you're eating like.
They're eating some weird Thailand shit.
I would eat like.
Stuff out in the woods, so I mean,
some flies or something. Like
I don't know
bugs.
if they have in the woods out there, but it's probably weird.
If it's crunchy though, if I could feel a crunch, I get grossed out. Like I could barely eat sushi. But if it's like if I close my eyes and just swallow and you give me water, probably be good. But like some weird shit though.
You're probably eating like fucking mealworms, silkworms, and shit.
Yeah, I ain't eating no like Fear Factor bowl penis or whatever. Tyrone Bigum's.
They're bringing that show back.
What? They did some borderline stuff that was sketch that I didn't even think was safe. I swear I saw one time.
Who the fuck's doing Fear Factor?
They put like IV needles in their arms and just seeing how many they can like do. It was so weird.
What?
Yeah, it was like one of these like say.
It was someone random doing the new Fear Factor too, dude.
They like put it through this part.
I think it's like T.I. or Ludacris. It's Ludacris.
Like they put it through your skin this way, and then it goes in, but then it comes out the other way, and like it had needles hanging out like this.
Why?
I don't know, and I swear I seen it.
What does that do?
I don't even know
scary.
How
that's just fucking annoying, and like
painful.
It hurts.
I don't even know how it's even like why they would do that for Fear Factor, but they did some crazy stuff on that show. So.
You ever hear Joe Rogan talk about it?
Yeah.
He's like, it was ridiculous, like cheering people on, like, yeah, eat that dick.
No, yeah, and like there was one where he's like, I'm not letting that happen or something. He's like, I'm not gonna.
They wanted him to drink like a bunch of bull semen or something.
Yeah, something gross.
It's like, ew, dude.
I was like, oh.
Why? I couldn't watch people do that. I would physically throw up myself.
Yeah, it's like I can't even bear like. I hate public bathrooms. The smell of how bad.
Like seeing someone chew on balls and like seeing the balls in their mouth.
Like ball juice dripping out. Oh, ball juice, dog.
Like big ass bull balls.
Yeah.
No.
How those bull balls taste.
Donkey penis.
Those Chicago Bulls, baby.
Those Chicago balls.
Yeah, those Chicago balls. Damn.
Wow.
That is not. Yeah, fuck that. Ugh. Eating stuff, and then that long distance run. I'm a sprinter. I can't do that freaking mile. Like 5 miles. Like I could do a 5K, like 3 miles, but my shins will be burning and be heavy like cinder blocks. But like, 3 miles straight, like up and down the mountain after eating nasty stuff and like trying to do all sorts of challenges.
Yeah, I think that's why they're like, oh, the challenge is a totally different thing.
The final, yeah.
The final, yeah, that's what I meant.
You got people like Abram throwing up and not even finishing it years ago.
Oof. Abram was a beast, too. He was pretty good on those shows.
Hell yeah. Carl Maria fucked him all up, though.
Yeah.
She got his head crazy. She was like kind of cheating on him or whatever. And then found out and he went nuts, eliminated that dude.
It was on the season when he was coming, too.
Yeah. No,
and she's like making out with another dude on the plane or some shit.
Giving hand jobs on the back of the bus or something.
Oh, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Like, really? Who even gives hand jobs? Well, like, you're going to do it when you got a boyfriend, too?
Oh, yeah, what is wrong with her? She's fine, but Jesus, stay faithful, girls.
I know. Too many girls, man. And guys, they just take any opportunity. It's like,
hell no.
They see, like, oh, I have this opportunity right here, and, like, might not get that opportunity again. But
right.
It's like, dude, if you already have someone, like, what? Don't fucking.
It's like people try to hit me up. I'm like, I got a girl, so I'm chilling. Like, what? 24? Like, are you kidding me? I got years. Like, who knows what's gonna happen? Like, I ain't messing up.
Yeah,
anything.
But at the same time, you don't have forever. Like, you don't have forever to be a fuckboy.
And I'm not either. Like, you're not either. And like,
nah.
We're just chill dudes. We ain't like.
The cheating thing is like.
Hell no.
It's clearly a choice. I don't care if you're drunk or you're doing whatever.
Yeah, like drunk, drugs. That's like that don't affect your decision making, but you deep down know what you want to do and shit. Like, if I'm drunk, I've never done anything crazy. Like I've done. Well, I mean, I've done stuff crazy when drunk, but I haven't done anything where I'm like, oh man, I feel like a terrible person. I feel like I gotta tell everyone I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like worst I've done is like I got blackout drunk when I was 17 and threw up, and like I was 17 at the time. It never got that bad again.
And what's the point? What do you gain out of like being unfaithful? You get nothing out of it.
You get labeled as like a cheater.
You get laid.
You get labeled as a cheater, and then you get like just in your mind, you just know that you're like fucked up and you're not good. I don't know. I've never done it, so I wouldn't know.
I don't support it. There's too many people who like just do it and like don't really like have some fucking feelings. Like first of all, don't be a sociopath.
It's our generation, but not our generation. You know, like
and only do what pleasures you.
It's like the people around our age group in their 20s. But we don't like that shit. Like we don't fuck around. Like we're more like old school.
Yeah.
Like we're more like chilling.
Yeah, I wish more people would just like.
I don't know, dude. Well, look at what people are doing now. People dress exactly like what they see in videos. They talk exactly like what they see in videos, and like rappers and stuff. Like,
yeah.
It's like, nah, dude. Talk how you've been talking your whole life. Like, don't just switch it up.
Yeah, there's not enough genuine people out there.
Like the way I talk here is the same way I would talk at home with my mom and stuff. Like I say the same things. I'd be like, damn, Sometimes I don't try to swear as much, you know, but like that's just respect for women and like my little sister. And
I wish that people our age and like the younger people would change it up a little bit.
That's the other thing I was gonna post on Facebook, which I still should, because like
there's too much like fuck boys and fuck girls going around, and they just like, don't care.
Everyone does stuff for likes and attention. And
not only like don't play with people.
Oh yeah,
that's annoying. I hate that because I wouldn't want no one to do that to me. I don't fucking. I don't do that.
You gotta let them know straight up what's
exactly.
What the deal is.
If you're like looking for someone just to hook up with, tell them like, hey, I'm not trying to catch feelings, but we can hang out and have fun and stuff like that. And if they don't be like, oh, well, I have to do this, or else maybe they won't want me. I have to tell them that I have feelings for them.
Yeah.
So that I can get what I want out of it, and then not care afterwards.
Yeah, and even if they don't feel the same, it's like someone else eventually really can't like rush in anything. Gotta wait for something good to happen.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being genuine and letting life happen how it's supposed to.
Because that's what, like, I was gonna make a status on how I'm like we see all these statuses and all these pictures and memes, but I always want to make a status where like, what are people's actual like goals and dreams?
Yeah.
Like I want to know, like, even if it's crazy, like you want to be a dentist, cool. What are you working towards it, or is it just a dream? Like I want to know what people's like. You want to own your own construction company, or you want?
And you have to make sure that you're with someone. If you're going to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a husband or a wife or whatever, you need to have someone who believes in your dreams and your goals. You have to.
Like, they support you and you support them.
And you're both making your own decisions. Yeah. And you can both support yourself, but you believe in each other and you believe in each other's goals and dreams. Yeah. That's like the biggest key.
Yeah. You gotta have,
I think, personally.
You gotta have that trust. And you gotta have that support. Because if no one's like, you can't trust each other, then that's already done.
That's the biggest thing. Anybody can go out and have sex with someone.
Yeah. Anybody
can get laid, but like to find someone who like supports you and fucking is like in it with you,
like, got your back,
and
like,
isn't like just relying on you or just
like
using you to get something.
Like how your mom, they always say is like your number one fan.
Yeah.
Like when you have a wife or a fiance or a girlfriend like that, they should be your number one fan.
Yeah.
And then when you have kids
and you should be theirs too.
Like you guys are supporting each other, holding each other up. It's like the thing with like kids, like
and let them be them too. You know what I mean? Like don't be like they want to do this, but you want to do that.
Yeah.
Like let them be them. Don't like try to like
because you
make them do what you want them to do.
Like
let
if
them
someone,
do. You know.
If I met someone like, I don't want you to be a sports writer, like I'm sorry, this has always been my dream, and like I've been working on it since I got in college and stuff. And
yeah, you don't want someone who's gonna make your decisions for you.
Yeah, or try to change you, basically, or try to change you to like something you're not or worse.
Yeah,
like change you for the better, maybe. Like, oh, you're dressing like this, maybe you should dress a little bit better like this. That's good. Or maybe you should eat a little better like this. Like positives.
Yeah, sometimes it's a good thing, but you don't want someone like sitting there like, oh yeah, and they're making your decisions for you, and they're directing where you're going.
Like they can influence, but
if you have a goal, you don't want them directing where you're going. If you have a goal and a dream, you want them to like be on that ride with you. And if they have a goal and a dream, you want them to be on that with them. You know,
it's always good to have someone.
You don't want to like direct it to be convenient for one or the other. Like you can both do it together.
It's always good to have someone like that too, like a girl, because like you've got friends, you got family and all that stuff, but like someone like that to just like chill with at the end of the day and talk to, like stuff you can't talk to with other people. It's always good.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. If I ever have kids, or you ever have kids, man, that's when shit really gets. Because then you instantly like.
Good luck. I don't plan on it.
I plan on it eventually, but that's like when stuff gets real. You like instantly become a protector. Like boom, instant love. Right when you know you're having a baby, and like you got a name picked out, you see that baby for the first time, like that's your protector. Like I even like that's how I am for my brothers and sisters and my mom and stuff, and like my aunts and all that stuff. Like I feel like I worry about them and stuff, but like they're all grown. Other than my sister that's 12, but you know, I'll always watch over her too, and my older sisters that are married. It's just like that weird thing.
Yeah, I think the coolest thing about having a kid would be like you're never gonna want to root for anyone any more than you want to root for them.
Yeah, I
think that would be the coolest part. But I just don't want to.
The coolest part for me would be like that's like your like genes, like you're looking at almost like a little mirror of yourself, and you got to try to make that person like. This is what I told my mom.
I don't want any more versions of me out there.
I'll try to make them like me, but even a better me, like dress well, treat people how you want to be treated, but do sports, but also remember schoolwork's number one because sports isn't always there and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
And like teach them sports, cool stuff.
I could see you having kids.
Yeah, that'd be fun, but I'd be a good dad. Got the uncle stuff.
Yeah, you'd be like the fun one.
Yeah, I'm the fun uncle, so why not be the fun dad?
Yeah.
Not let them get into trouble, not let them be boring either. Shit, I got a couple random stories.
All right. Yeah, we got 10 minutes.
Well, the first one. All right, I got like a few. I'll tell the first one, which was a classic, where I fooled my mom into getting me my first cell phone when I was in 6th grade.
What?
So we were going on the Rhinos.
What do you mean you fooled her?
All right. So
okay, never. I'll just let you tell it.
So we were going on the Rochester Rhinos trip, soccer team going to a soccer game, and we had a permission slip, and she was gonna sign it, but I was like, hold on, my birthday's coming up. Let me try to figure something out here. So I looked at the permission slip, typed out my own, and then at the bottom wrote, by signing this, you have to get Desmond a cell phone for his birthday. I go in her room, she's like sleepy because she just got done like working and stuff. She signed it. And then I remember when I came back later, I was like, look what you signed. And she still, like, honored it. I got a phone, but, it worked.
Oh, this dude's pulling some shiesty-ass business moves.
And then the other one, 1st grade, my mom just got a new Jeep. It might have been 2nd grade. I don't remember. 1st or 2nd. She got a new Jeep, but this doesn't have anything to do with it yet. But I was in the middle of the lunch line. Boom, threw up straight up in the lunch line.
Oh, my God.
And then I get to the nurse's office, and they're like, you got to go home. And I was like, all right. And then my mom gets there, and I was like, all I care about is my tater tots and chicken. And I wanted tater tots, and then my mom brought me to Denny's, and I got chicken nuggets and chocolate milk. And then I was all good. Then I got in the car at home, threw up in a brand new Jeep. She was not impressed.
Oh, no.
And let me tell you something about that. There's been like 3 or 4 times I've eaten chicken and chocolate milk together, and I'm pretty sure I've gotten sick like most of those times. So don't do it.
There's a parallel there in your life.
Yeah. Another classic. I was thinking this every time. My mom, I wanted to say this on this podcast because I was like, man, this story always has me die when I think of it. One time we were chilling, and they're like, Jesse, you can't go outside without shoes. And she's like, I don't know where my shoes are. And then she just wraps freaking Walmart, like 2 empty Walmart bags around each foot and tries to go outside using those as shoes. I was like, what? I was like, what is wrong with this girl?
No.
Dude, she did that before, dude.
Dude, I think you were with me when fucking her, Jade, and like someone else were under a blanket. And we gave Dawson a wooden spoon, and we told them to, like, go up and hit him. So, like, one of them popped their head out, like Jesse or someone popped their head out. Boom! He was like a baby, but he was like, bam! Nailed her in the head with a wooden spoon.
Oh, my God.
There was, like, 3 or something, 4 as a toddler. Just smashed her. It might have been Jade that he smashed. Either way, it was hilarious. And I think you were there.
Man.
It's either you or Tyler.
And then the last couple are, like, ones from when we were on our way to UFC in Buffalo when I was driving. And my dad and brother were in the car. And my brother, we're all talking. We were driving by some nice house in Buffalo. We're like, yeah, if I won, my dad was like, if I won $2 million, I'd be good. I was like, yeah, I probably would too. My brother Trent was like, $2 million? All I need is 50,000. And we're like, yo, what? We're like 50,000 for what? A year? He's like, yeah, I'm straight. And then I'm like, what? I'm like, then what? Then I'm like, what are you doing after that year? Then you have to figure out something. And then what else did he say? Okay, and then the other thing he said, we were in Dansville, at Burger King, and I was like, oh man, I gotta look up the route to get there. And then I look, I'm like, what? I was like, why does it say it takes an hour and a half to get there driving, but 10 hours on bus? Trent's like, all the stops. We're like, dude, from here to Buffalo, all the stops, this bus. And now this is the last one where he like had me and my dad dying, because my dad, I told him how like I was driving to Rochester a few days before and a car almost hit me, and he said it would have been their fault or whatever. And then my dad's like, yeah, if anything happens and I get in an accident, instant back problems. And then Trenton's like, forget that. If anything happens to me, I hope I get that little scar on my face. We're like, what? He's like, if anything happens to your face, that's mad money. I was like, oh, I was like, all right. And we were dying. And this was all before Tevin even got in the car, so he missed all this.
Oh my god.
He's like, if anything happens, a little cut on your face, a little scratch, that's mad money. I was like, damn.
What? That kid sounds hilarious, dude.
What, Trenton, dude?
Yeah.
He is classic.
Dude, I had one of the best days today. I went with my buddy Donovan and Malik from MCC, my buddies, and Roland, who's Donovan's girlfriend. And, dude, we had so much fun. Like, walking around, looking at... She had to get pictures of, like, graffiti for an anthropology project or blah, blah. But anyways, all four of us went out, and we were, like, this cool artwork on buildings, and... Dude, it was just...
It looked awesome.
It was awesome. And we went down the railroad tracks and found all sorts of stuff, and it was the most fun I've had in a long time. We went and got garbage plates afterwards.
It looked like a good spot.
But, I mean, if you were there, you would have been like, wow, this was... Like it was the most fun that I've had in a long time. Graffiti. And those are, like, my two best friends that I've met at MCC.
Graffiti is, like...
And Roland's cool too. Like his girlfriend's super funny. She's cool.
Graffiti is like a really unrecognized art. Like that should be like cherished more.
Oh, dude, some of that stuff was so good.
Because it
was like unbelievable that how they did it.
It gets looked at weird because sometimes it's like damage of property or whatever. It's on trains and all that. But some are just like some people have it on buildings on purpose to like make it look nice. Like someone's been in Rochester and it's like, man. Takes real talent to be that good at art.
They had pictures of what the old building looked like and like how it looks now, and it was just amazing.
Damn. Trying to think if there's anything we forgot.
We don't ever forget, boy. We're like elephants.
Yeah. Episode 13. Yeah, episode 13 right here. It's May. I'm trying to think if anything else is coming up. May. Well, my brother's graduating from college May 21st, Tevin, University of Buffalo.
Classes are over soon for us.
Yeah, his got to be done soon.
Oh, yours are done?
Yeah, mine are done. We go to different schools, me and him, but I used to go to MCC, graduated. It was awesome times there. The dorms were sweet, but the teachers were all cool. Everyone I met there was pretty chill. Hilarious times, good times. Now I'm making more at a different place, but no dorms there. Oh man, this dude just texted me about all the work we gotta do.
This girl I've been talking to at MCC just texted me too.
What?
Yeah.
Shit.
She's a cute girl.
How much time you have left there?
I need like 20 credits, dude, so I'll be done next year. I could do a semester and then some intercession courses.
Yeah.
I'm going to start applying to schools this summer. I'm going to apply here, and I'm also going to apply...
Your best thing...
in warm places, like Florida and California.
You should just do what I did. If you know you have to have like an extra half a semester or semester, just load up. Well,
I can take 18. That's what I max out at.
Yeah, but do like 12 or 15, get your full student thing, and then do the second one also, so that whenever you transfer to next, you have like a bunch of credits from there. So then you're like, that's why when I transferred over to...
I mean, I need 20 credits to get an associate's from MCC, and then I can go and I'll already have credits.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll, be able to get my bachelor's in however long.
Like, I needed...
You got yours fucking quick, dude. Like, you got to yours pretty quick.
Like, I needed 64 credits.
Like, when you left MCC, how long has it been since then? 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years.
And you almost have your bachelor's already.
Yeah, I need one more year.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's awesome.
Because I left MCC with 73 credits and I needed 64.
And that's when you can really start getting into some like real like
oh my gosh.
Career moves like internships and new getting your foot in the door and meeting contacts.
They want me to do an intern like they're at two different ones.
You have to.
My mentor wants me to start
you gotta listen to them. They know
writing online for BuzzFeed or something or internship somewhere online or now. But then my one journalism teacher wants me to wait till my last semester and try to work at like the radio or news station and stuff as an intern. Either way, I'm ready for it. I'll dress up nice, get the job done, have fun.
Yeah, of course.
That's what I want to do.
Job for you.
And then my freaking capstone project's gonna be in podcasting, so that's gonna be extra.
Yeah, right.
Dude, it's it's 4 credits.
Oh, podcast! I've never done that before.
And it's 4 credits, so we'll just have to interview someone interesting, you know.
Not Mike Albany. Too many expletives. Too many expletives.
Probably not Dwayne either, because he'll be all
like beep, beep, beep.
We'll need someone that's like got something like going on, you know, like interesting.
Someone that
music or
that's
sports.
making moves. Oh, my buddy Donovan makes music, dude.
Music or sports, yeah.
He makes like EDM music. I didn't get my close up yet. My bad, does he?
No, you're good.
Oh yeah, I'm point. I need a shave though. I look like shit. I need a haircut
I did
too.
Yesterday, finally.
I'm surprised these girlies are still attracting me. I look like a bum.
Extra baby face right now.
Your face slimmed down a little bit. It was swelling up from all the steroids and stuff.
Yeah, dude. It's now I'm down to 15. I was 25 last time you see me. But yeah, it should be back by the time I'm at surgery. I should be straight.
We got 30 seconds. You had a good time. We had a good time. We told some stories. We laughed. We cried. We got serious. And we got we almost cried.
Yeah,
we got serious and we got very, very informative. This has been, me to my radio voice, Revenge of the Kool Kids, episode 13. Howdly doodly. Adios.
Peace.